playtest number 3. All right. I'm a little under the weather. Can you tell? I got my Liam Neeson voice. All right. If you're new here, welcome. So this is Deadly Decks. This is a card game. Quick introduction. This is a card game that I've been working on with my good friend James for over a year now. Started out very small, 50 card deck. I wanted to try and see if I could make a single solo play dungeon crawl game that just really did some cool, unique things with cards. We took it to PAX East last year, I want to say. Was that last year? Yeah, I guess it was. Took it to PAX East last year. People tried it. Feedback was, this is really cool. But also, I keep seeing the same 3 monsters over and over again, and I basically want to see more. So we spent all last year kind of like building out more of the game, more of the cards. And then took a short hiatus over winter, fall area. And now we're picking it back up again. Yo, what's up? Earthy! Matthew Vicky Balatro. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like Balatro. It's a Balatro clone. Yo, so in Scriptatro. We have creepers here. Oh my god. So good. So I don't know if you guys remember, I'm going to show you. I did work this morning to change some of the mechanics because the last playtest on Tuesday, there were some cool things that came out of it, but it just wasn't, it was so close, but it wasn't hitting. I don't know if you guys remember, but initially there was one single deck that you drew from and it had events and it had creatures in it. And sometimes you would draw only one creature to fight. And since you get to use 3 heroes, that was kind of boring. Like really boring. Like look at your clock and be like, how long is this fight gonna take? I'm pretty much done here. So James and I talked about it last night. By the way, James is in the chat. He's the artist. He drew everything here, and even more so has been a wonderful collaborator to work with as we've been building this game together. And so what we came to is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. The idea here is now there's an event deck and there's a creatures deck for Act 1. There's 3 acts. Of course, there's always 3 acts. And what happens is some of these event cards are just, if I even know how this works, some of these event cards are true blue events. You just flip them and that's an event. You can try and get Teensy to join your crew. You can fall down a trapdoor, or dun dun dun, these are the new encounter events. So we have regular events and now we have encounter events. Encounter events are actual locations, and this one is the vanilla flavor. No, this is Tabletop Simulator. This is just I'm using Tabletop Simulator because hold on. Because you guys haven't seen this yet, but this game, one of the constraints that I'm doing to build this game is that it has to be fully playable. It's not like Hearthstone where it just does all the math for you and can do things that would never happen in real life. I don't know if you can see these, but these are they're the real cards, man. These are the real things. So right now we're at 200 cards. I do want to make a digital version of this game, though. We believe that a digital version of this game is essential. But if you want to sit down and play one of the most intricate, complex, and fascinating card games that maybe has ever been created, this may be the one you're looking for. Yeah, it's both. Did you ever see the I Think You Should Leave sketch where he's trying to open the door, but it's a pull and he's pushing? Or no, he's pulling and it's a push. It does at the end. It's like rips the door off the hinges and he goes. It does both. Okay, so anyway, back to this now. Let's talk about these new updates. So now when you draw one of these, it's draw 2 creatures from the creature deck, which now means you never get one single creature, which is really boring. Now you get 2. Dun dun dun. Solved. Hopefully solved. I mean, that's what the playtest is for, right? So we're gonna try this out today. There's 2 other things that I did this morning that I want to show you guys that I'm pretty excited about. I don't know if you guys remember, but when I was playing, when you roll a failure, which right now is a 1, side pocket. When you roll a 1, here's what happens. I'm trying this out today. We're gonna see how it goes. I've been trying to balance between, you know, if you have a critical fail in D&D, it usually means something catastrophically horrible happens, but that's also a 1 out of 20. This is a 1 out of 4. 25% of the time you roll, you're gonna roll a fail. So here's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. These are the critical fail tokens. And when you get a fail, you whiff and you miss. But here's the but. Here's the big but. If that hero, after the heroes have taken their turn, if a monster does hit this hero, it actually turns into a peril tracker. And you're going to wonder what's a peril tracker. Now, that means they take +1 damage on a hit, and they now have 1 peril tracker on them, okay? If they miss again, like some other battle they're fighting, they miss, they whiff, they get hit, turns into peril, and it happens 3 times. Dun dun dun, the magic number of Therese. You come up here and you can take your wonderful 3 peril tokens and you get, lucky for you, a peril card. And what's a peril card? Well, I can tell you they're not good. They're not good. You get a broken arm. Critical rolls count as basic successes for this hero. So you never can get a critical. There's another one in here that's a cracked blade. These are all really basic, by the way. Not trying to go like all the way crazy to the wall, like you're dead, you're gonna die. Just want to see how this feels. But I think what this will do now is it actually gives you some really great opportunities that when your character does miss, they're not like immediately like whacked and penalized. And then there's some strategy around that. So there might even be characters who can remove the miss, right? Maybe you have a card that allows you, if you have a miss and they're gonna get hit, that you can use a parry card. I don't know what it's called. I don't know. But you use a parry card that if this character does have a miss, you can actually use that token, use the card, and then roll again to attack them instead of them attacking you, and maybe you get a critical. So I think there's a lot of like really cool, fun stuff that can happen with this. And if you're not very good at managing your team and you end up with 3 skulls, duh, you are the lucky winner of a broken arm. I think that seems pretty fair. Dungeons and Decks. It's actually called Deadly Decks. Is it even in here anywhere? Look at me. Look at my marketing brain. Hey, let's do a stream. What's the game called? You figure it out. See if you can figure it out. No, it's called Deadly Decks. It's meant to be a series, but considering how long it's taking James and I to make just one of these decks, you know, maybe there's only ever going to be one of them. I don't know. How long do I have to live is the question. Anyway, getting back to this. The 3 characters I picked today. Dun, dun, dun. Here's the 3 characters. Characters get 2 hands. This is probably a 2-handed blade, but we're just gonna shh. Why? Stop. Just stop. Buzzkill. Anyway, this is Kira. Kira is the party leader. That's important. Her special is she can re-roll 1 fail per encounter. She has 2 strength and 2 smarts. She's pretty cool. She has 14 health. She comes with a basic shield. Shields can take damage at any time you want, but once they're busted, they're gone. She has a broadsword that does 1 damage and 1 crit plus damage when you roll a crit. And I just gave her a health potion because it just helps. We just start them with 2 potions. This is Rowan, a Rogan. He is 11 health, very fast, a little smart. Sorry, buddy, not very strong, no magic. Has a crossbow, which is ranged, which is great. That does 1 damage, and we have a health. And then this is one of my favorite characters in the game right now. This is Ashmar. Ashmar is a specialist. Specialists, we're testing out this whole thing that specialists can actually, like, you can flip them and then you activate this thing, which gives all party attacks gain +1 damage, but he cannot attack back now. So you kind of use him for a party power up. But he can still be hit if a monster decides to. He comes with a compendium. This is so great, by the way. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? He's a smarty pants. There's some ideas around here with him that when you kill a monster, he can take that monster, and then if you fight like that monster's carcass, and then if you fight that monster again, he turns it into research, which gives you a +1. We're still working on that because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Bottom line, it doesn't work yet. But he comes with his compendium. You can see he's holding his book here. And his book does 1 damage, and this weapon can never be upgraded. And are you ready for the best one? He also has Don't Hit Me, which the book absorbs all damage this round and discard it immediately. So he's a real threat, guys. This kind of guy, you don't want to see this guy walking down the street at night. This is not good. It's not going to go well for you. You don't want to get smacked with the compendium. All right. Creeper said necromancer specialist that can generate a hero from a dead monster. Creeper, do you know that that's like my favorite type of character to play in these like games? And I can't even believe it. We actually don't have a character that spawns little beasts. All right, I'm gonna have to think about that. Okay, Bucket, you get back here. Bucket is really great, but we played with Bucket yesterday. He's broken as all get out, so he's got to stay there. You're busted, Bucket. All right, let's start it. Without further ado, let's start it. Let's start this up. Okay, so the way this works, guys, is there's a map here. Very, very interesting map. We are starting in the Soulbound Keep. Every location has something that changes the duration of the events you do. So for instance, if we end up going to the Veilstone dungeon, you'll see here, if we chose that, we would draw cards, and then all loot here is cursed and must be discarded immediately, which is really sad. Sad for loot. But yeah, you're basically working your way up here to fight the Spider Mage, get to the lair of the Arachne. You draw the Spider Mage. We're not going to do that today, just letting you know. It's not happening. We don't even have the cards in the game. Well, we do have the cards, but they're not in this thing. All right, so let's get started. Here we go. The way this is going to work, this new way of doing things, is we're going to shuffle and shuffle. I'm going to draw 5 event cards. Usually these buttons work, but they don't right now. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's draw 6. Let's see what happens with 6. These are my events for the Soulbound Keep. All right, first event. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my God. Creatures attack. Crooked pathway, draw 2. We just got this one. I really don't want to do this one, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, we drew a slime. Slimes, when we kill them, they summon 2 oozers, a real pain in the buttocks. They also do 2 damage. They have 5 health, and they attack the hero who hit them last. Skulls are flying creatures. We do a -1 to all rolls that are weapons that are not ranged. Thank goodness we brought our friend Rowan with us, who has a ranged weapon. And he will attack the slowest player on our team. That is gonna be Kira, our team leader. All right, so let's start this off. We're gonna have Kira. Let's have Kira go ahead and use the broadsword. Where's my die? Bring my die over here. Okay. Furry, what's up? Thanks for hanging out. All right, we rolled a 3. That's gonna do 1 damage. We're gonna do 1 damage to less slime. Why not? Slime is a real... No. Let's actually not do that. Let's do the skull. That brings that down to a 2 because it's -1 and it's not ranged. So we do 1 damage to the skull. We're gonna have Rowan attack the skull. We're gonna see if we can knock out the skull, because if we kill the slime splits in 2 and we get 2 oozers. That means we have 3 monsters. I don't want to be in that situation. So Rowan goes ahead, does 3. That's wonderful. There's no minus to his attack because he's a ranged attack. And then if we could get Ashmar. Ashmar, can you do anything? Oh, you know what I should have done? God, I should have had Ashmar flip. Let's try it. Let's pretend. Let's pretend I actually decided. Oh yeah? Rainbow Six ranked again? Okay, let's go ahead and pretend Ashmar is doing critical research. All party attacks gain +1 damage. And Ashmar is going... And so that means we killed the skull. I don't know. This is weird, though, because this feels like there's no downside to this. Is there a downside to this? Maybe he takes +1 damage if he gets hit or something? It's like he just gets to do this. Oh, well, yeah, well... Let's play through it. Let's not make a choice too soon. We're going to pretend Ashmar wrecked this guy. Oh, God, now we get into this problem. Who does the slime attack if the skull is dead? We'll figure this out. This is why we do this, guys. This is why we're doing this. We're trying to figure out how to play this game. We're trying to make it up as we go along. Why can't you join my Discord? Is the link broken? Are there no invites? Okay, you're down. That creature's done. This guy does get to attack. I'm gonna pretend... I want to see this through. I'm gonna pretend that he has 2 scenarios. The first one is he does attack with he does attack back to whoever hits him. But if no one hits him, he will attack the weakest player in the party. We have Kira's got 2 power, and then we have Rowan and we have Ashmar. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is an interesting situation. I'm gonna pretend that when Ashmar is using their specialist, they actually take extra damage. They take a +1. So he can either take 3 damage, which would bring him down to 5. That's pretty dangerous. That's pretty dangerous right now. Or we could give it to Rowan and Rowan just takes 2. I think we'll do 2 for Rowan. And let's come back and see what we can do here. All right, next turn. Let's get rid of this guy. This guy's a 5 though. So even if I get both of these and they were criticals, I can't beat him. And he's going to attack Rowan or Ashmar again. So, okay. The link is broken or old. Okay, I'll fix it. I'll fix it for tomorrow. When you hop on here, there'll be a new link-ola for you to use Ola. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. Let's try Kira. I think we're gonna keep Ashmar doing the +1s because I guess he has to stay like this for the whole round. Because if I take him off and he attacks, then it's just gonna be, yeah. Okay. We're gonna do Kira. Kira's gonna go ahead. Oh, she does a fail. That means we're gonna take a miss token. And let's do Rowan. Rowan's gonna try and attack. Oh my gosh, that's 2 misses right in a row. Right in a rowin'. That's 2 misses right in a rowin'. Okay, so we have 2 misses here. Ashmar does not get to go. Slime is going to attack the lowest powered player here. That's going to be between Ashmar and Rowan. We're going to pick Rowan again. It's going to do 2 damage to Rowan. Owie zowie, that hurts. Okay, before we start, again, God, I wish Kira could take some of the damage because she's got a shield and she has so much strength and stuff. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use an elixir. That gives us 2 health back. Put this back up here. Rowan gets 2 health back. Kira's going to try to... Oh, we haven't even put a damage on this guy yet. Okay. It's like, because even if I do... God, you know what I didn't use is a reroll on my fail. That's what I should have done. I should have done a reroll on a fail. Okay, I got to remember what my characters have. All right. We're going to go Kira. Come on, let's go. She gets a critical, which does 2 damage, plus 1. That's 3, baby. All right. We got 3 on the slime, finally. Rowan's going to do another attack. If he just lands... But Kira can re-roll once per encounter. So we're going to use... Is it Kira re-rolls? I think it is Kira re-rolls because these are specific to the characters. So... Ooh, nice job, Furry. Okay. Well, that's not going to apply to Rowan. Rowan misses again. I'm going to say 3 misses in a row turns into a peril token. In addition to if you get hit with a peril token. Feels right. But then at the end of the encounter, you wipe them away. So right now, Rowan really needs to not get another one, but it's okay if he does. Oh, shoot. Why am I rolling? Oh, okay. That means Slime attacks one more time. Oh my God, we didn't even finish the oozers yet. That means Rowan attacks one more time. Or sorry, the Slime attacks one more time for Rowan. That's going to be 2. Rowan in bad shape, my guy. This guy's taking a beating. Okay, we restart again. God, maybe I should just take Ashmar off. No, I feel it. We got this. Let's go ahead and have Kira attack the slime. We're gonna roll for that one. That's a fail, but she can re-roll a fail. Yay, I am actually happy about that. Okay, she gets the 3. That's a 1 plus Ashmar's 2 means 5. The slime F dead. Good job. And what we want to do now is, because we killed the slime, we're not done yet, guys. The slime, when the slime is dead, summons 2 oozers. So let's go ahead, grab the summoning deck. Fortunately for right now, the only 2 cards in here are the 2 oozers. So we're still not done yet. I think the only thing with this so far is I'm really enjoying the battle and the layout. We just have to make sure that the rewards are aplenty because I feel like I'm doing a lot of work right now and I feel like I should get some pretty substantial rewards. So the 2 oozers show up. These guys, once again, they're going to hit whoever attacks last, which I actually... Interesting. I didn't even follow that rule, so I got to make sure I follow that rule. We'll do whoever attacks last, or if that doesn't happen, they will hit the least powerful one. Okay, so let's go ahead, and with the +1 on this, we should be able to wipe these guys in one shot if we don't get any fails. So let's go ahead and do that now. Kira takes a shot. She cannot re-roll this one. That's another fail. You were supposed to do something. And then Rowan comes back. Please, Rowan, please. He hits +1 from Ashmar's critical research. That's 2. One of these guys are dead. Doesn't matter which one. This guy, no one attacked, so he's going to hit Rowan for 1, which is not as bad as it was before. Ashmar gets... Actually, you know what, Ashmar? It's time you learn what it's like to be in battle, Ashmar. Take a damage. You take 1. Because honestly, at this point, Rowan's getting wrecked. Okay, we start over. Let's get Kira to try and finish us off. Please, Kira, can you do it? Yes, she gets one shot plus the +1 from Ashmar because we did that. Done. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what we got before we finish. Right. Yeah, takes 2 damage. Done. Ashmar takes 2. You're right. Right, because technically if he's in that state, he takes an extra damage, which I kind of like. I think that's a fun trade-off. Might need more health, but we'll figure that out. Thanks for the shout out, James. We get 1 loot card, which we roll for. Could be a weapon, could be a loot. So 4 is a weapon. Anything below 4 is not a weapon. So we get basic loot. We get 1 coin. I think you get a coin for each one you beat. I think James and I discussed this, and that's the best way to do it. This guy gives you nothing because you get all the stuff from him. And actually, maybe that's not true. So that feels like a lot of work for, you know, you kill a monster and you get nothing. He has a loot card on him. Let's roll for it. I think with that kind of battle, ooh, a 4. That means I get a weapon. And the skull had just a coin. So we just get 1 coin for the skull. So that feels pretty good, actually. Honestly, that feels not bad. Like, that was a lot of work. My characters got beat up pretty bad. But it looks like I walked away with some cool stuff. Now, creature, deck, discard. I need to find places for all these things, but right here. And then that was our Crooked Pathway event. So let's see what we got. 1 coin, 2 coin, 3 coin, 4 a coin. That's great. Those will help us. The weapon we got is a ghost sword. I had this last time. I'm going to trade this one in because I don't think I shuffled the weapons card. Let's go ahead and shuffle it. I don't think I shuffled it from last time because every time you reload this, it's like the same thing. Ashmar comes back, obviously. He's good to go, even though he's in pain. Geminite. What is Geminite? Tear, does 2 damage, spin slash, do 1 damage to all creatures if my speed is 4 or more. So Rowan's gonna hold on to this. I think this is 2-handed, so we might, for right now, we're gonna treat it as 1-handed because we don't have anything in it. And we got a potion. Yay, that's actually great. We actually need a good potion right now. All right, great. Put this over here. Rowan's gonna use one of these right away. Like, why not, dude? Just drink it up. Drink your prime elixir. Take 2 off. He's pretty good, feeling pretty good. And I think we're okay. None of these turned into perils. They're done. We'll wipe those off. And let's draw the next one. Let's see what we get. Now, once we get through the 5 cards here, that's when we draw another location card. So, and we get to pick from the map, which right now feels like there's a big difference between Withering Ward and Defiled Farms. We have to really think about how that works. But all right. Oh, another encounter. Cursed Graveyard. Creatures attack. Draw 2 creatures. If this one has a special thing, Resurrection. Defeated undead respawn after 1 round if the encounter is not over. So I have to kill the undead if I draw an undead. Let's see if I do. That's an undead right there. So this guy, I got to kill this guy and make sure all the other creatures are dead. Otherwise, after 1 round, it comes right back. Oh God, it's 2 undead. Okay, and this guy is a real pain. He hits the most powerful hero on the team for 2. He has 7 health, and he does 2 damage to the last hero that attacks unless it is 2 or more. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting, guys, because look, Rowan has a ranged attack, but it does 1 damage. So I can hit this guy without taking any kind of like -1 to my rolls. Or I could use the Geminite for 2 damage, but I take a -1 to my rolls on this guy. Very interesting. This game is getting, I'm telling you, every day this game is getting more and more interesting. I really love these cards. I mean, this is just so cool. I have to kill both of these guys in the same round, because if 1 round passes and one of them's still alive, the other one comes back. Not good. Not good. But so far, look, I mean, each of these guys only 2. The real question is, should Ashmar do critical research? Should Ashmar do critical research, or should he whack these guys with his compendium and tough it out and be a tough guy? This is going to attack the slowest speed. That means it's going to be Kira again, because Kira is the slowest. Then it also means this guy's going to attack the most powerful, and that also is Kira. So Kira is actually both of the targets here. That's not good. But Kira does have a lot of health. So let's see what happens. All right, the strategy here is going to be, Kira, do we go for the skull? Let's bring down the undead creature first, since that has 7 health. Let's try and bring that guy down. We need Rowan to finish the final blow on the undead guard. Otherwise, 2 damage is going to hit anyone who doesn't get out of the way. And then we can try and get the skull down. I'm going to try and kill these guys at the same time. So let's start with Kira. Ashmar, can you please crack a book and start thinking? I'm going to do this because I really feel like if Kira gets a crit, it's 2 plus 1 is 3, and that could bring this guy right down into range if we get a critical, which, you know, who knows. Oh, I love you. I love you. I really love you. 1, 2, 3. That's really cool. Ashmar did the research. Look at that teamwork, guys. This is teamwork, okay? Teamwork is you turn your card sideways to do +1 damage, and your other card does 3 damage. That's the definition of teamwork. All right, we're gonna get Rowan, because Rowan has the crossbow, does range damage. We don't take a minus on the roll. Let's give the skull a little, you know, let's not let the skull feel left out in the cold rain. So we get a 2. That's a hit. Thank God, because had I used this, that would have been a -1, which would have been a fail. Yeah. But let's see. Crossbow does 2 damage. Great. So this guy's down to 2. Ashmar gets to do nada, because Ashmar is actually helping already quite a bit. Furry, your teammates are trying to sell your... What? They're trying to sell your elo? How do they do that? Okay. Now, these guys get to go. Starts with the skull. Slowest one first is going to take 1 damage. Slowest one being Kira. We already knew that, though. Sorry, Kira. Yeah, it's okay. I was going to say we could take it to the basic shield, but shields can't be repaired right now, so we don't want to put that on the shield. She only has 3 points on the shield. And then the undead guard is going to do 2 to the most powerful. That is also going to be Kira. Sorry, Kira. You've taken the beating. Now we start again. I really like this strategy with Ashmar set up here for this. He's okay. We're doing good with the Ashmar. And we're going to start with Kira. Let's see if Kira can do a broadsword hit on the undead guard. If she does, that would be 3 total, which still doesn't kill the guy, but that's good because we need Rowan to kill him, because on Death Rattle, he'll do 2 if their speed is not fast enough. So let's see what we get. That's a fail, but she can re-roll once per encounter. That's a 3. That's just a regular hit. Regular hit. Puts him at 5 total. That's put him down to 2 left. Which means... Yikes. Okay, this is... Yikes. How's this gonna go? Which means... Do I kill the undead guard now? He has 2 left, and he has 2 left. I think let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. What do we got to lose? We got nothing to lose. Except everything. Oh my gosh, look at this. Critical takes -1 damage this round. Well, you're not taking any damage anyway, so that's very nice of you to also not take any more damage. We're going to use the... What was I going to do? We're going to do the crossbow on the... No. We're going to do the crossbow on the undead guard. The undead guard takes all the damage and dies, and hopefully is going to stay that way. Because Rowan has 3 speed, the from the grave 2 damage, unless you're 2 or more, no problem. Rowan finishes it. Nice job, Rowan. I really appreciate you doing that. Then the skull attacks, slowest one, 1 damage. That's going to be Kira again. And then we start again, and let's see if Kira can finish the job. That's a 4. This is a question I have, is if you roll a 4 and... Hey, Adam, what's going on? Oh my gosh, look at this. I love this. You guys, I miss you guys so much. It's so awesome. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Adam, how are you doing? Oh my gosh, tell me about all 172 amazing meals that I've missed since I haven't seen you in a bit. Okay, Kira did roll a critical, but here's the thing. When it's a flying creature and it's a non-ranged attack, you get a -1 on your rolls, which means it's not a critical, right? That's the deal. Yeah, you could never crit. That's just, yeah, no, you can't crit. So she hits for 1, and with Ashmar's research, that's 2. And guys, we just killed both of these guys. Neither of them came back. All right, that's done with the cursed graveyard. These guys did not resurrect, thank God. And what did we get? We said 1 coin per monster. We got to do that. I think that's worth it. That means so far we've amassed quite a little wealth here. And this guy does have 1 loot. So let's see if we take these guys, put them back up here. Let's draw a loot card. We got to roll. If we get a 4, we get a weapon. What did we get? Oh my God, this ghost sword. God damn you. Go away. Be true to your name. Be a ghost sword. I had this sword yesterday, guys. I already drew it once, then I reshuffled the deck, and then I just drew it again. Oh, wow. Dark Thrall. Soul Capture. This is not very useful for us. It's a magic weapon. It counts as 1 permanent. We will sell it when we get to town, because it's just not very useful for us. No one here does any magic. These are the magic users up here. They're really cool. They have their own spell books, and their spell books level up. So you get the Murkmire Alchemy level 1. You can actually level it up to level 2. I did. I put it on top. Yeah. Oh my God, where are my glasses? They're on my head. Okay, so Ashmar doing okay. Ashmar doing okay. We have 1 health potion left. I feel like maybe we use that on Ashmar. I know Kira could use it, but that puts her at a 10. It's 4, 10. And Rowan has 9. Ashmar has 6. I think Ashmar, sorry, Ashmar, not sorry. I think we need to give you a little something to keep you feeling okay. All right. We have 4 cards left to get to the next location. Let's see what we draw. We got a trapdoor. Okay, now trapdoor. Here's what I'm going to say about the trapdoor. The trapdoor is tricky. I'm not a fan of this card off the jump. This is not a card that I'm very happy with right now. When we did the summer version of this game and we kind of took a break from it, it just was, everything had to do with health. Everything was, you draw a card, you lose health. You draw a card, you lose health. You draw a card, you gain health. And this is one of those cards. So you have to check your party leader's speed, then you roll with that and add, which Kira is very, like, this is a bag of bricks right here. She is not moving very fast, but we can roll for it. And if we get a 3 or more, they're safe. If not, take 2 damage. Like, So here's what I'm going to say. Instead, and this is what I like about this, if you guys remember, this whole thing about misses and critical fails, if we get 3 of them, turns into a peril card. I'm going to say that the trap door, if I fail, is 1 damage, and I take 1, I add 1 peril counter. like literally just straight up peril. Like flip this, you don't even get an X. It's not a miss. She gets 1 peril attached to her. All right, so let's see. She has nothing, so I literally have to roll a 3 or a 4. So I have a 50-50 chance of doing this. That is not the 50-50 chance I was hoping for. Kira takes 1 peril token and 1 damage. I think that's fair, and I think that's more interesting. If your leader has 2 peril tokens on it, the last thing you want to do is have that leader be running your team. So you would switch your leader so that it doesn't happen. So yeah. All right. Well, trapdoor happened. Maybe I should change my team leader to Rowan, because maybe that will happen again. Yeah, why not? Okay, why not? So that event's over. Rowan, you're leading the team now. Kira's kind of roughed up a bit. Let's go ahead and draw. We get another crooked pathway. I'm gonna dump this card, and I'm gonna actually just draw until I get a different encounter, because we already did this encounter and I really want to see some other ones. So here's the, we can't do this one because we don't have NPCs. That's a cool card, but we can't do it. That's a cool card, but it's not an encounter. That's a cool card, but we already did it. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Prison cell. No, we already did that one. We already did that one. Am I doing all the same ones? Maybe. Oh, I really wanted this campfire card. I really wanted that. Oh, here we go. Rotten Grounds. Let's do this one. Rotted Grounds. This one is draw 2 creatures. Creature's going to attack. We draw 2 creatures, flip them. Oh, slime. Okay. And a deranged guard. And the party leader's speed is now -2, which is not going to have an impact on us. Okay, well, it could. If we had one of those ones where, you know, we want to make sure you want to hit a character or something like that, party leader, this guy would go down to 2 or 1. That would be not good. So let's take a look and see what happens on these Rotted Grounds. Here we can go through this guy, Deranged Guard. We haven't seen this guy yet. He does 2 damage to the lowest health person on your team. He smells the blood. He smells the blood. So that's gonna be what? Kira is 9, Rowan is 9, and Ashmar is 8. Oh my god, he is feral for some Ashmar meat right now. And Slime is gonna hit back or hit the least powerful. That also is between Ashmar and Rowan. So not good. None of this is good, guys. There's nothing good here. Nothing here is like, you know, no one's throwing a surprise party for these people. All right. So we're gonna start with Kira attacking. Again, we don't want to bisect the slime. When we kill the slime, we're gonna get 2 oozers. We don't want that to happen. We're gonna go ahead and use Kira to drop this deranged guard. Let's see if we can get him out of here. So, should Ashmar do research again? Should Ashmar research? I think so. He's not in any. Oh wait, no, this is complicated. If Ashmar does research and gives the party a +1, then we have a problem, because he could take 2 damage from the deranged guard, which the deranged guard is absolutely going to beat the living stuffing out of him. So yeah, and he does 2 damage. All right, well, we're not getting any critical research done, that's for sure. The only thing I could do is I could have Kira and Rowan attack the slime such that the slime attacks them back and lowers their health lower than Ashmar. He smells the blood and goes after them. That's kind of messed up. That's kind of messed up. I could do it though. I mean, I am gonna do it. I'm definitely gonna do it. Sorry guys, and I don't have any health. I don't have any elixirs. Should I play this game? Kira does have a shield, so I'm gonna go for it. Let's go for it. Ashmar's gonna do research. We're gonna use Rowan for a little juicy bait, a little steak Rowan on the grill. Let's see if we can get the deranged guard to go after him. So Kira's going to attack first. Hit the slime. God, we really don't want that to happen, though. Okay, she failed anyway. Oh, Kira. Oh, no. I'm thinking about these peril tokens. Sorry, guys. I was just processing about the peril tokens. I'm kind of thinking like this idea of having 3 of them, and then if you get hit, they turn into one, seems like it's not going to really happen. My thinking about it now is when you miss here. And then if you have a miss on you and you fail again, that's when this turns into another one. And you take maybe 1 damage when that happens. I don't know, something like that. We'll think about it. But I want to see this happen, and it's not really happening much. It's like a little too easy to not have it affect the fight. All right, back to this. Kira rolled a 1. We're gonna her thing is we can reroll once per encounter. So go ahead, Kira, reroll. Gets that 4. That's a crit. That's 2 plus Ashmar is 3. So we get 3 on the deranged guard. Yeah, let's do it on the deranged guard because there's no reason that we can't have Rowan now hit up the slime. So let's go. Rowan hits the slime for 2 damage, and then Ashmar is 3. So we have 3 on the slime now. All right, slime is going to come back, do 2 damage to Rowan. That puts him at, oh my gosh, am I out of tokens? That puts him at 7. So he has 1 less than Ashmar. We did it. We really did it, guys. This is what it's all about. Getting your team's health lower so that your other guys can do research. Good for you, Ashmar. Don't worry. These guys are just gonna bleed out on the floor just so you can read your book and tell them what to do and how to hit them. Okay, so slime does 2 damage to Rowan. Rowan gets whacked really hard, but Ashmar is safe because now the deranged guard is going to do 2 to the lowest health. That's going to be Rowan again. Oh man, this is not great. He's at 7, 6, 5. Okay, he's at 5 health now. At 5 health. We have no problem with Ashmar being able to do research uninterrupted. Please continue reading your smutty novel, Ashmar. You know, for the team. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can finish these guys off. This guy's got 3 left. When he does 2 plus damage when his HP is 2 or less. So we got to finish him off this round. I'm going to have Kira and Rowan just go for it. Kira does a 3. That does 1 damage plus Ashmar's is 2. That puts him now at 5 damage. We just need 1 more hit. 1 little hit, guys. Just 1 little hit. Rowan, you can do it. Please. Please, my guy. Please. He does it. That's a 2. 2 on the damage. Deranged guard is dead. Thank God, because he was about to do 2 plus 2. That was going to be 4 damage. Rowan was going to be on the lifeline, hanging on. Okay, the slime now is 2 health left, but that's going to hit the last person it hit. That was... Well, you know what? We say each round it resets because that's too hard to remember. I already don't want to remember that. I'm like, I don't remember who hit who last round. So slime did not get hit. Therefore, slime is going to hit lowest powered player for 2. God, Rowan can't take any more damage. So I think we got to put it on Ashmar. Ashmar takes 2 damage plus 1. That's 3. That puts Ashmar at 5. Wow, these battles are rough. Might have to lower the health of these characters a little bit now because they're actually doing pretty well. All right, we start again. Let's see if Let's see if the slime, if we can finish the slime off. We just need a shot of 2. Kira, can you please do it? We already did her reroll, so okay, great. She got it. So this slime is done. But in true slime fashion, we get 2 oozers. These guys come out, and this is a curious question. Think the way this works, right? Because Kira kills the slime, and when the slime dies, the oozers come out because it's split in half. And my feeling about this is what's not fair is that when they come out, they insert themselves into the mid round. Is that? Yeah, I guess so. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, let's pretend that Rowan, like, Kira already hit the slime. Rowan finishes, last hits the slime. The slime dies, and then oozers come out, and they count as the end of the turn, so then they both get to attack. I mean, I guess so. That's kind of like... Or is it that the creature dies, then you draw this, then at the end of the entire round, these guys come out? But would that count as a new encounter? I don't think so. Okay, I think the way this works is we'll play it out, but maybe I'm gonna write this down as a note because I'm getting like, I want to explore this more. This is like an interesting like side thing here, which is what happens. Okay, well, we're going to play it through as if the way I'm going to play it is this guy gets last hit with Kira. Rowan still has a turn, but it doesn't matter because that's the end of the round. The round ended, but this comes out and yeah. Maybe something like they cannot attack until they start a round. Yeah, something like that. We'll think about it. Okay, so Kira, she should be able to do this. This shouldn't be too challenging. Kira's gonna hit for 2. That's, she does 1 damage plus Ashmar's 1. That's 2. And then we're gonna roll for Rowan. Please, Rowan, let's wrap this up. He hits for 2. We don't even need the extra health. They finish them off. Nice and tidy. Good job, guys. Well played. Okay. We have 3 of these guys. That, or 4, sorry, 4. So that means we get 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was 4 coins and 2, 3 loots. Well, this guy doesn't count as a loot. I think we said it does. So 2 loots that we get to roll for. Again, with the loot, you get to roll. If it's 3 or less, we get a basic loot card. If it's 4, we get a weapon. Ooh, another weapon and a loot. Kind of need more loot than we need weapons, but okay. Wow, what did we get? We got blood sickles. Love it. Roll twice, do 1 damage for each success. If the last successful action was hack and both rolls were successful, do 3 damage with no roll required, but you need a 3 or more. Okay. Interesting. I think we're going to put this in the backpack and keep this for Rowan. See what Rowan can do with this. Torch of Vorm is a spell. It's an instant. It does 2 damage. If the creature is blood, do +1 damage and discard. Let's give that to Kira. Why not? They can only carry 2 things, by the way. So they get 2 weapons and then 2 slots in their backpack. Each hero gets that. Okay. I still feel bummed that we haven't like really pulled any kind of peril yet, so I gotta crank that. We gotta crank that one a little more. We only have 2 cards left. I might. We just did this one, so maybe we'll pull a different one if there's any more left. I might say that's a 5. Let's see what we get here. I'm just gonna do the basic one, Crooked Pathway. All right, we draw 2 monsters. I'm gonna say this is the last one because this has been a lot for a first act. This is like really a lot. So we're gonna take this. The last one would have been a trap door, which is cool. Put that in there. All right, this is our last battle. I think I'll wrap up here, guys, once I finish this battle. So let's see if we can make it to the last area. I'm super hyped to try out this Blood Sickles. Do we have any blood here? Because a blood creature, this does extra damage. Nope, we have a toxic and an undead. Sag. Rowan, man, we do not have a lot of health. That's for sure. We don't have a lot of health to work with. This guy is a problem. Sulkers attack the leader, party leader, and they heal for 1 each attack. So they only attack the party leader and they heal for 1 each attack. These guys are like leeches, terrible guys. Flying guy attacks the slowest character. We've already said that's Kira. We might see someone might not make it. Someone might not make it here. All right, I mean, Kira can take the basic shield damage. She has 5. She's at 9. Rowan, though, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's at 5. Yeah. And Ashmar is at 5. Whew. Intense. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna, because we're right at the end here, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Torch of Vorm. That does 2 damage right off the base. And we're gonna put that on the Sulker. That's 1 damage and 1 damage. Then we're gonna see if Kira can go ahead and do something. We're gonna make Ashmar do research again, because he can. We're gonna re-roll. We're gonna roll this. That's a crit. That's 2 plus 3. Sulker is dead. Thank God. That guy is not good news. Not for Rowan. And Rowan gets to attack the skull for a range damage of 1. I would use this one, but we can't get a critical. But we could get 2. I'm gonna try the Blood Sickles and see if we can roll. So we get 1 roll. That's 1 hit. And we get to roll again. That's 2 hits. So that's 2 damage. Goes on the skull. Skull does 1 damage to the slowest. That's Kira. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's Kira at 8. And now we get to finish off with, hopefully Kira can do it. Oh, wow. A double hit. That's a great way to end. This is wonderful. Does 3 damage to the skull. The skull is beaten. Yay. This was really great. Wow. I'm really digging this. That's 2 coins and a loot. Ashmar's done, so that's 2 more coins. Maybe too many coins. I don't know. We'll see. 2 coins and 1 loot card. What happened to my... Oh, that's right. We put them all in here. So let's roll. Just see what we get. Just for funsies. Got a blessing. This is an item that gives +1 to everything. Maybe we give that to Kira, because Kira has been kind of like the person who takes the most damage in any particular situation. Seems like no matter what, because she's the slowest, that was a big problem. And then now I can choose, which is interesting, because now she has 1 speed, and so does Ashmar. So now we can choose between who's going to take the damage, Ashmar or Kira. Ashmar's very excited about this. Just kidding. He's not very excited about this at all. This was great, guys. This was a great run through. Wow. All right. And last but not least, just because, you know, why not? We're going to go to the Withering Ward. I'm not going to play through it, but let's pretend on the next turn I get to go through the Withering Ward. I think these would be really funny playthroughs. Really fun playthroughs if I, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say something and the words are not, they're not happening. It'd be real fun if I did a whole playthrough that was just extended, like see how far we get, then come back the next day and play some more. Anyway, the Withering Ward is next. Just want to see what would happen. Draw 2 loot cards. We get to roll. That's 2 and a 4. Just want to see. Oh wow, the Cannon Fist. This is 3 coins. On this turn, do nothing. Block 2 creature damage this round. So you ignite the fuse and you're blocking. And then on the next turn, if your last successful attack was ignite the fuse, do 4 damage. So this does 4 damage every 2 turns. Interesting. The Apocrypha gives 1 intelligence. Should probably give that to Ashmar, because like, why not? And if I were to pay for these things, at this point, I just want to see how the economy would work out here. Just do a little financial accountability. Here you can heal. It costs 1 coin to heal for 2 hearts, but +1 for each additional heal that you do. So I take 1 coin and I heal, let's say, Rowan for 2. So we got to do that. I take 2 coins and I heal Kira for 2. Then I take 3 coins, 2, 3, and I heal Rowan again. And then we do 4 coins, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we heal, I want to say Ashmar. Then we have 3 left. We could buy the Cannon Fist. I don't really like how this feels, I'll be honest with you. This does not feel that great. Like that every time I'm healing, I'm getting punished. It's not a good feeling for how hard I worked. So I would probably change that and make it like a flat fee. Like, you know, 2 coins for healing. This is an interesting game design part, right? Because it's like, right here, the average that I spent was 3 each time, right? Because there's a 1, there's a 2, there's a 3, and there's a 4. So the average is like a little less than 3. So why punish the player and make them feel bad when I can literally just say each heal costs 2, and instead it would have been like, let's mash this up, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Instead of punishing the player and making them feel bad, we can just say, oh, well, this would be 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it was 2 off anyway. And then it's easier to even keep in mind. So, and I don't feel like I don't want the players spending all that money. Like 10 for healing, that's a waste. You should be keeping your money for fun stuff. So instead of 10, we would say you get 8, and that leaves you with, based on this playthrough, that would leave you with 5. That seems pretty fair. Spend 8, keep 5. Cool. Wow. This was really fun. Dang, this game is getting good. Interesting choices. Characters are really fun. Wow. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today's playtest number 3. Thanks for hanging out, guys. This was super fun. Everybody from the OG Gen 1 Kurtiswow streams, thanks for hanging out here on YouTube, guys. It really is so fun. I really love it. I'm going to be back here tomorrow about the same time. It's right now, I'm not holding myself to an exact time because I really want to build some of these cards each day. So there's like, I'm making little changes. But between 10 and 11 Eastern, I'll be on here. I'll do another playthrough. We'll see how far we get. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. I hope you have a killer day. Have a great one. I'll see you back here tomorrow, if it so turns out and the fates allow it. And yeah, Kurtiswow. Ow. Oh, I gotta do the ow. Where we leave. Oh, where is it? Where is it? There it is. Outro sequence. Kurtiswow. Ow.